Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town, and today we're going to be back at it with another half-pound world coin unboxing. Let me tell you, our last video was unbelievable, got some great new coins for my collection, and I'm hoping to do that today. We go coin by coin, doing a deep dive into the history behind what we're unboxing, as well as any questions I may have. So I'm going to open this up, pour it out, and start hunting after a brief message from our sponsor. Let's hope for some silver or even rarer coins than what we've gotten in the past. Before we get into this grab bag, I want to thank MA Shops for sponsoring this video. Their online marketplace, mashops.com, has a great selection of ancient US and world coins, paper money, stamps, and more. They've got a really good reputation, easy to use site, and they work with trusted dealers, so it would be a mistake to not head on over there and be aware of this awesome source for coins. Hopefully you can find something for your collection there, and with that being said, thanks to them again for sponsoring it, and let's get into the grab bag. And now that it's poured out, I see some familiar faces. I also see some new stuff. So one of those familiar ones is going to be the 10 Pfennig with the F mint mark from Germany, 1971. Forget which one F is. It could be Frankfurt, it could be Stuttgart, or something else. But then there's also going to be this Spanish 1984 100 pesetas. They finally demonetized these. I believe it was until late 2021 with COVID, whereas the Pfennigs, you can still turn these in. I actually turned in a few hundred Pfennigs in coins at a Bundesbank, which is sort of one of their main bank locations, and was able to get euros for it. It's 1.95 marks equals 1 euro, so this is worth like 5 or 6 cents on the exchange rate. Here we see a Republic of Kenya 1 shilling. I have never seen it like this before. On the front, I do recognize that Jomo Kenyatta design and bust of his on the front. After that, we have the Republic of China or Taiwan. I want to say this is probably like 1 Fen or something. Looks like Sun Yat-sen on the front of the coin. And, you know, that is a neat area of coinage that has certainly seen some coins skyrocket in value and rarity as Chinese collectors have been buying up and really pushing up prices in the world coin market. 1949 half crown, though, is our next find, a slightly older pre-decimal British coin. They had the base 240 system, 240 pence, that would eventually go over into the 100 around 1971. Here's an Eastern Caribbean States 2013 1 cent. With Queen Elizabeth. Also, you know, she's the most featured on world coins, and I see 2 more coins of her already. So this one looks like it might be Canadian, 1977 with the beaver, and then over here, this one's going to be the portcullis design, 1960 from Great Britain. So I'm sure, or I would be surprised if we didn't see her at least one more time today. Then we have an aluminum Italian 1952 10 lire, which is pretty familiar. The Jamaican design is familiar, but not the sort of presentation. This also feels aluminum, and it's only going to be 1 cent. I don't know if I recognize that. It says, "Let us produce more food." So an overall good motto, I would say. Then we've got a French coin, 1 franc, 1975. Those would switch over to euros at a rate around 6 francs, equaling 1 euro in, I think, 1999 to 2002 or so. And then we have a King George V. That's going to be a 3 pence from Australia. Advance and Prosper. We got the emu. We got the kangaroo. We got a 92.5% silver coin. And I'm really excited to add that one to my collection. I have a few of these, some similar ones, but that's not something that I'd expected to see. I didn't recognize it at first. Here we have a 10 something, probably Egyptian or Syrian, Kirsch Piastre. I don't know. There's 13. I always get that. I think the upside down is 4, I want to say, or maybe it's 6. But over here, 19, maybe 19. I don't know. Man, why am I forgetting what the other way means? Well, whatever. I'll let you know what the year on that is. Having a little bit of a brain freeze. It is like 12:30 a.m. right now that I'm filming it. 5 cents, 1969 in Jamaica. Got the crocodile on both sides, which is great to see those animals. And then we see a 1903 5 German Pfennig. So we got the German Empire there. A mint is going to be Berlin. So they keep their mints steady over time and don't switch around how they use them, even though they're not sort of properly aligning with the first letter of the town that actually hosts the mint. 1965, the 9th. I don't know, is that Christian the 9th? I'm not sure. Danish 25 ore coin. After that, we've got, looks like that could be, Norge. 1982 this time, 1 krone. And those currencies, I think, trade pretty close to each other, but they're not linked. We got the Swedish kroner, Norwegian one, SEK, NOK. I don't know what the Danish, what that trades on. I don't know if they're on the euro now. 1998 Brazilian 10 centavos. Not super valuable, but a fun, little mixing it up in terms of the continents. Then we see 1949 Hong Kong 10 cents. So there again, some Asian characters. We'll see if there's any other scripts. Certainly looks like it, because this one's going to be Arabic. And I always forget, I want to say that's Iraqi, but it might be Saudi as well. So right here, it looks like that could be 250 fils, Kirsch, I don't know. I think that there is one of those systems that's base 1,000 as opposed to base 100, so that would make sense that 250 would be there, but it's a neat octagonal shape. And then we'll head on over to the Cyrillic with 1946, 3 kopecks coming out of Russia. You got the hammer and the sickle. Interesting symbolism there. 1932 Guatemala. Whoa, this always looks like an amusement park token. Dos centavos de quetzal. I always sort of think that's interesting, that design. Pretty plain, but something, sort of breaks up the monotony, and this one's different. I don't know what this one is, but I do recognize that says, I think that's the Lima Mint in Peru. 5 soles de oro, and it is going to be in Peru, 1979. I recognize that because that's one of the mint marks on older coinage, like 8 reals, silver currency that was trading, decades and centuries earlier, and really was part of the U.S. circulating system. We weren't really using too much U.S. coinage when we just started, so there was a shortage. We used other ones. 1968, 1 peseta here from Spain, and then 2 little 10-cent coins from the Netherlands. That one looks like it could be Netherlands silver. I'm going to save it a little bit for later. Bahamas, 1987, 5 cents with the pineapple. Wow. I always find that amazing. Cool pineapple on the coin. Kind of makes me hungry. 1951, 3 Stotinki from Bulgaria, I would say. Another country that we can add to our list of what we've found today. And then the Panamanian dollar-linked coinage, 1983, is going to be 10, or 1/10 of a Balboa, 10 U.S. cents direct link. And here's that Netherlands silver coin. Looks like Koningin Wilhelmina. 1944, 1 golden. Now that P mint mark with the acorn privy is somewhat rare. The condition on this though is pretty bad, so I don't think it's going to retain huge value, but it is a slightly better coin. So I think that we're doing really, really well so far in this lot. Forgetting about the history, just focus on value, even though I care more about the history. I would say 1920, 5 centimes, a little bit corroded, but somehow that kind of looked, overall not too bad on the coin. 2011 Uruguay, 2, whoa, Carpincho. I don't know if that's just 2 pesos or soles, but you got some funny looking animal on there. And yeah, 2 probably pesos, I would say. I don't know what currency Uruguay uses. Another French sower coin, 1961 franc, really common. I think that's the first year with no silver on the franc coinage. 1955 6 pence, and then a 3 pence to match it. But behind that we see a Republic of Portugal, 1952 Macau 50 avos. And I've seen some of these Macau coins recently, frequently. When I thought that they were pretty rare, we got a 10 avos, I think, in the last lot. So I always like the juxtaposition of the characters there with the Portuguese emblem. Really neat. I don't know if this one's particularly valuable, but it's a fun historical coin. This one's 5 euros, or 5 euro cents. 2002, you see the Irish harp there. And it is nice that the different countries get to impart their different designs on the coins as they go along. Now, beyond that, we have another sower coin then, and a Trinidad and Tobago 1975 10 cents, as well as a hold. This one just looks like for jewelry purposes, 1968 Vietnam 10 dum. Yeah, that one is not a real value. Maybe it was more valuable in the necklace form. 1983 2.5 escudos, followed up by a much older 2 KB, I think is Austro-Hungarian, 1908 Magyar. That could just be Hungary. And we see the crown there, really neat. And then as we keep moving along, right behind it, 1894, this one is going to be the 10 filler. I don't know if that's silver. It might be. I would guess that it's not, but it definitely could be. So I will update you on that. I'll also update you when Austro-Hungary stops producing, or this Hungarian, when they would stop producing coins under that government. Right here, this one, I don't know. This could be Taiwan. It could be Chinese, Republic of China, something totally different. but it's aluminum, and I will be updating you. And I should do a video sort of covering Chinese coinage, do one on Japanese coinage, and learn a ton more. Sort of in-depth dive into each country. Then we have a 5 centavo here, Philippines, 1944, under our, the protectorate, and gets independence a few years later. 1944, United States of America, 5 centavos. And then right here, that looks kind of uncirculated. 1968 Hong Kong 5 cents coin. Unfortunate little spotting there on the front. We do have a good ways to go here. Uncirculated, looks aluminum coin behind it, 1962. And a Czechoslovakian coin here in the mix. So that one's certainly nice. And then we have a 1974 5 centavos Mexican coin. Let's see what else we can come up with. This one also 1 centavos. Bartolome, it looks like a Friar de las Casas. Guatemala, 1999. Really light coin as well. And then, I dropped that one. Flip it over, 5 centavos, 2002. I don't know what country, maybe, Nicaragua. That's a neat coin. There's some older ones and I dealt with one Nicaraguan Cordoba, full Cordoba from 1912. That was pretty rare. Somebody paid up for it in the end. 1981 here, 20 francs from Belgium. Another great coin to add to our collection, though I always think that is pretty plain. And then we get a, I don't know if that's 1951, 50 ore from Sweden. Yeah, 2007. That makes more sense. You still have the 3 crowns. I don't know if there's a reigning king of Sweden and if they have any political power. I will update you as to the answer. We have a 1 Korona, 1894, and we see Franz Josef, and this seems to be like a more of a Hungarian spelling, Ferencz Josef, sort of a good reminder of the Austro-Hungarian Empire that, I'm pretty sure that splits apart, World War I, end of that empire, end of the Ottoman Empire. So there's a lot that gets shaken up in that aftermath, of course. And some more common European coins. We see this one, Peruvian 1974, just sort of has a nice eye appeal. 5 centavos, a bit of a weak strike there. I don't think that's an error. I think it's just sort of a weak strike. Then we have this one, Philippines, Mount Mayon in the background. Active volcano, 1944 S. So that's San Francisco. Great reminder of just how many countries the states did produce coinage for, and the Philippines. We had domain over the Philippines at that point, so it's a little bit different. Set up the Manila Mint that struck the only coins with mint marks that signified a U.S. mint outside of the contiguous 48 states. This one's a Japanese 10 yen coin circulating today, probably 9 cents of value. A little bitty Hong Kong 1963 5 cents. And let's see what we've got here. 10 cents from Singapore, 2007. This one looks Cuban, 1953, for the Centenario de Marti. 1 centesimo, 2.3 grams. I don't know what the 300 fineness is. I don't think it's silver, but maybe some sort of brass alloy. Funny to see them still counting fineness at that low of a purity. And then Costa Rica, 1973, 5 colones, or centimos it looked like. 10 ore from Norway. And this one looks sort of crazy, so we'll figure it out after 1998, 5 centavos from Cuba. And then lastly, good for 50 cents in trade, Charles d'Arsenault. Whoa, and then we got the donkey on the back. So that's a great sort of conclusion to a crazy hunt. Some really neat coins, some coins that I'm going to go do some research when I edit this video in the morning. And then also the awesome 1944 Acorn Privy, Netherlands, 1 golden. So much, between the Korona, a few other older coins, some neat history behind this stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in another 2 weeks with another great hunt. I'm going to head to bed, and I'll see you guys soon in the coming days and on that video in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. I've also got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you can follow me there. TreasureTownYT.com is the main channel website. Definitely give that a visit. I've got a lot of information about me up there and the channel. CoinGrabBag.com as well currently redirects there, but it's some good opportunities for very fair grab bags, both made by me and other sellers. A lot of different options, so that's a good way to support. There's also treasuretowncoins.com. In the future, my coin dealing operation will be done out of that website. Coinmeltprice.com for updates on the melt prices of your coins, both US and world. A lot of resources in that website. And then coinsmetalscards.com, being developed right now as a marketplace and news source for coins, metals, cards, and collectibles in general. So I'll see you on my future videos. Looking forward to seeing you there, and hope you have a good day.